Hi, I'm Storm Tracker 18 meteorologist Jess. Temperatures aren't too bad this morning, and fortunately we won't see any sharp decreases in temperature until later on today. So for much of the day today, we'll be seeing those temperatures not too bad for February, getting to about the mid-30s by early afternoon, and then we'll start to see those temperatures decreasing from there. But for now, we are dealing with okay temperatures. Tomorrow will be a different story though. That's why there will be a wind chill advisory tomorrow morning. Wind chills anywhere between 25 and 30 below zero are kind of what we could be seeing for much of the area, especially dealing with coldest wind chills closer to Minnesota, where parts of Minnesota could be seeing wind chills approaching 40 below in southwestern Minnesota. So thankfully not quite that cold here, but we will be seeing enough wind chills there to the point where frostbite could develop within about 30 minutes of being outside. So those are definitely approaching some of those colder temperatures. Now, wind chills, we're not dealing with much in the way of wind chills for today, nothing to be concerned about. But this afternoon and evening, look how quickly those colder wind chills move in behind a potent front that we'll be dealing with later today. Much colder temperatures and gusty wind as well. So by about 8 o'clock tonight, we'll already be seeing wind chills below zero and the single digits below zero. And then those will continue to drop overnight. By tomorrow morning is when we could be dealing with those wind chills in the 20, 25 below zero range for much of the Chippewa Valley. But even some of those values could be approaching 30 below for wind chills. And yeah, here's those parts of Minnesota close to 40 below for those wind chills. So it's definitely going to be a cold one going into tomorrow, even going into the day on Thursday. Not expecting it to feel above zero. Actual temperatures could drop above zero, but it could rise above zero, but not by much. So today we are expecting some snow possibly. That's all associated with that same front that's going to bring us those much colder temperatures is also going to bring a little bit of snow. Snow at some point likely for most of us, but we're not expecting it to be heavy. We could be dealing with some of it by mid to late morning, but more likely going into the afternoon is when we could see that snow. It should be fairly light in nature, and we're not expecting a ton of accumulation with this at all. And going into Wednesday night though, with those winds picking up, we could be seeing some blowing snow even after the snow starts falling, and that could result in some visibility issues for us as well. Now going into Thursday, we are expecting mostly sunny conditions, but it will be cold, and then the same going into Friday. More sunshine on the way, but again, cold temperatures are expected for both of those days. And again, in terms of snowfall amounts, we are not expecting a lot of snow. Some of us could see barely any, a trace up to about an inch of snow for much of the area is kind of what we're looking at. And then a few places to the north that see a little bit more in the way of concentrated snow showers could be able to squeeze up to about 2 inches out of this, but we're not expecting a lot. But it's important to note that sometimes it doesn't take a lot of snow to ultimately cause some slippery roadways. Now this snow is going to be falling when temperatures are in the mid-30s, dropping into the 20s and even colder than that. As temperatures are dropping off anywhere on the roads that was wet earlier on in the day, when temperatures drop rapidly tonight, we could be seeing those areas developing black ice and slippery areas on the roads. So even though we're not expecting a lot, there still could be some impacts to road conditions from this through the day, through the afternoon and into this evening. So again, today we are expecting those temperatures in the mid-30s by early afternoon. Clouds are increasing throughout the day, and snow will be likely at some point. Again, not expecting a ton. Wind will also be ramping up later on this evening, and by early Thursday morning, actual temperatures are expected to be in the single digits below zero, could be approaching -10, and we do have blowing snow is a possibility overnight, as well as those really frigid wind chills where we could have wind chills approaching 25 or even 30 below zero. Thanks to those winds in the 10 to 20 mile an hour range, could see gusts in the 30 mile an hour range, even up to about 35 miles an hour. For the rest of the week, we are expecting mostly sunny conditions for Thursday and Friday, but it will be cold. Thursday morning, it'll be those brutal wind chills we'll have to worry about. Friday morning, we won't be dealing with as much in the way of wind, so wind chills won't be as much of a concern, but actual temperatures will be in the teens below zero. Some areas could approach or possibly exceed 20 below, so it's going to be a cold morning, which could possibly be the coldest air we've seen so far this season. Going into Saturday and Sunday, we will have the chance for some more snow and another chance going into the beginning of next week.